Today's topic is unit number 4. Title of unit number 4 is From Mother with Love. Today we will do comprehension of the lesson, class FA part 1, subject English. This is book for first year, unit number 4, From Mother with Love. Now coming to reading comprehension. These are 11 comprehension of this unit. So we will I will explain these questions turn by turn. Now coming to the first one. How is the theme of From Mother with Love a universal theme present in literature across all cultures? So it is asked from you that what do you think that the theme is universal? It is a universal theme that all people can attach to this story. The theme or the central idea of this story is family relations, conflicts, resolutions and responsibility. So family relations, ख़ानदान के जो रिश्ते होते हैं, conflicts जो कि मुश्किलात होती हैं, resolutions उनका हल and responsibility और जिम्मेदारी. This theme is universal because it deals with day-to-day life of our society. So it is a kind of universal. ये एक आलमी थीम है, ये एक मेन आइडिया है, एक ऐसा मरकज़ी ख़याल है जो कि सब इससे रिलेट कर सकते हैं because it is related to day-to-day life of our society. And such type of issues can be found in all societies and cultures. और इस तरह के मामलात हर society और हर culture में आपको मिल सकते हैं. In our daily life we see such conflict and issues as in this story. Mother's illness, father's worries and mental and physical growth of a small girl and at last for becoming a responsible lady of the house is a common observation. So in this story you read that it is a story of a day-to-day happenings as all of us we go through. So it is the story of mother illness, father worries and the physical and the psychological growth. Psychological growth, nafsiyati, nashunuma. So Minta is a small girl, but with the death of her mother, all the responsibilities of house and his father rely on her. So that is why in this story you will learn about the psychological growth of a small girl, which is Minta. Now coming to question number 2. Comment on the plot of the story. Plot means the scheme of the story. What is the scheme of the story? The story starts at a family house. It is an ordinary morning. Family members are having conversation. The story shifts to beach. Here rising action starts and reaches the climax. Story is taking place in home and beach. Series of events is strongly connected. It is strong enough to develop the story along and at last we comes to the ultimate end. So this is all the scheme of the story, that it start from the home, that they are having their breakfast at the morning and it was a usual morning, and then the father and the daughter drove to the beach and there they discuss about the illness of the mother, and so here the climax comes. Story is taking place in home and beach. So it is taking place, you can see the scenery of home and the beach side. So series of events is strongly connected. It is strong enough to develop the story. So all the events were well knitted in this story. It was a fine story having climax and having a end story. Along at last we comes to the ultimate end, and it end at ultimate point. So this was the plot of the story. Now coming to question number 3. Identify the narrator or speaker of the story from Mother with Love. Who is the speaker of the story? The narrator is the writer himself. So writer himself is the speaker of the story. He tells all the things about the character to us. Most of the story is told by him. but sometimes the character talking to each other also take the plot ahead. So in some scenes you can find out the direct conversation of the two people. So we can say that both the narrator and characters are the speakers. So in conclusion, we come to know that narrator of the story is the writer and the characters also. Question number 4, analyze and comment on the character of Minta. So analyze, we have to analyze and then we have to comment, we have to say something on the character of Minta. The main character is Minta. She is young, emotional girl at the beginning. At the beginning of the story, she is narrated by the speaker that she is a young girl. She is a young, emotional girl. She reacts emotionally to all the things happening around her. She is quite idealistic. She is too much attached to her father. She is worried for her sick mother. With the passage of time, she attains maturity and gets stronger. So with the passage of time, when she gets to know about her mother's illness, she tries to become mature. She acts to become mature and gets stronger. At last, she takes on the responsibility of her whole family. So the immature girl in the beginning of the story, become mature and stronger at the end of the story. Now coming to question number 5. Question number 5 is, what is the conflict in the story? So conflict means a fight, a confusion. So what is the problem, the fight, the confusion in the story? How it is resolved? Resolved means how solution, how it was resolved. इसका हल कैसे निकाला गया? There are so many conflicts in the story. There is a chaos in the very beginning. We can see a conflict between Minta's dreams and real life scenario. So there was a conflict, tazad tha, conflict. There was a fight. So Minta dreamed. She was an idealist. She dreamed to get admitted at boarding school. But what was the reality of life? The reality of life was that she was, her presence was demanded by her father at home because her mother is very ill. A conflict is going between ideal world and real world. Minta is in great confusion, but she overcomes the conflicts and takes responsibility at last as her mother, and thus all the conflicts are resolved. So at last, when she take the responsibility of the house and she forget about all his dreams, so it was easier for her to overcome this conflict. Now coming to question number 6. Where does Minta's father take her to discuss her mother's illness? So you have to tell the place where the Minta and her father discuss the issue of her mother's illness. Minta's father takes her daughter Minta to beach to discuss with her the serious problem of her mother's illness, to make her ready for the things which are likely to happen in next days. So he want to discuss her mother's health issues to Minta and to make her ready and to make her prepare for the upcoming challenges that they have to face. Now coming to question number 7. Which approach would you have preferred, deception or honesty, if you had to deal with similar circumstances like Minta's mother? Which approach would you have preferred? कौन सी आप किस चीज़ को ज़्यादा तरजीह देंगे? डिसेप्शन मीन्स मिसलीडिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन, फ्रॉड, आप किसी से झूठ बोल के ये बात कहेंगे, और ऑनेस्टी, या आप ईमानदारी से ये बात कहेंगे. इफ़ यू हैड टू डील विद सिमिलर सर्कमस्टांसेस, अगर मिंटा की मदर की तरह ऐसी कोई सिचुएशन हो तो आप ऐसे सूरत हाल में क्या करेंगे? आप सच ईमानदारी का साथ देंगे, सच्चाई से किसी बात बताएंगे, या आप किसी को सच्चाई जाहिर नहीं होने देंगे. Deception means misleading information, not discussing the actual situation. In such circumstances, I would have preferred honesty. She knew about her illness but faces the circumstances in a good way and handed over the responsibility to her daughter to care for her father in her absence. So, obviously, we will also preferred honesty. Question number 8. How do the vitamin pills become the symbol of responsibility? Why the vitamin pills, it is a symbol of responsibility? How a person can get responsible by giving or by taking care of vitamin pills? Answer is, vitamin pills have great importance in the story. It is a symbol of responsibility in the sense that handing over the responsibility of giving pills to her father symbolizes the responsibility of taking care of Minta's father as a mature girl. So, by handing over the vitamin pills on daily basis, it shows the transferring of responsibility to her little girl. Now coming to question number 9. How did Minta change over the course of the story? Limit your answer to just 5 sentences. So you have to only write 5 sentences, not more than or not less than that. So how did Minta change over the course of the story? How she changed the whole story, the course, the root of the story. Minta is a small girl. First of all, she does not know about the serious illness of her mother. But when she is informed by her father, she accepts the reality. She mentally prepares herself for coming worst situation and at last accepts her mother's death. She became a mature lady and takes on all the responsibilities. Now coming to question number 10. Why is the blue chair significant? Explain. So why the blue chair? What is the role of the blue chair in the whole story? Why it is very much important? Why the blue chair is very much important in the story? Blue chair signifies the power or responsibility. When Minta's mother is seriously ill and is admitted to hospital, the blue chair on which she used to sit remains empty. It means the home lacks a mature and responsible lady. When Minta at last sits on the chair, it means she accepts the whole responsibility and takes her mother's place. So, on sitting on that blue chair where her mother used to sit, it was the symbol that she is now able to accept the responsibility and take the position of her mother. Now coming to question number 11. Explain how Minta knows that her mother accepted death. Why is that knowledge comforting to her? Why is that knowledge comforting to her? When her mother handed over things to her, showing the handing over the responsibilities of the whole family, she comes to know that mother has accepted death. This knowledge makes her ready for facing reality. Now coming to activity, you have to memorize comprehension of unit number 4. Thank you.